And welcome back to Bards of Geekdom. My name is Chris.
My name is Dustin.
And we're here to talk about all things geeky going on around the planet.
In your life.
And mine.
And mine.
And mine.
And
Oh man, comics, dude.
So much been going on since the last time we met.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Movies,
been a while.
Comic books,
been a while.
TV shows, bumper stickers.
Bumper stickers.
Probably.
I need to get the Coexist bumper sticker that has all the different, like the Batarang and the Thor's hammer and all the cool stuff. I need that.
I need it in my
life.
Thing, but now
it's awesome. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, so Rebirth is a thing.
Rebirth is a thing.
Rebirth is an incredible thing.
It is the new continuity of the DC universe as we know it. So not another reboot, but just a complete new jumping off point, bringing in the stuff that we used to like and kind of modernizing it.
It really is. You're right, it's not a reboot. It's kind of taking all the good stuff from the classic stories of these characters that they've kind of gotten away from in the New 52 and kind of bringing it back together while splicing in some Watchmen stuff. What?
So that was... I'm not sure how to feel about that yet because it's been just the one throw-in or the one throwback, tie-in, whatever you want to say. And it's like, now they're referencing, like, Dr. Manhattan as, like, the villain. But I'm wondering if he sees himself as the villain?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, Dr. Manhattan was always kind of this godlike character in Watchmen. He always seemed, like, really overpowered for the Watchmen universe as well.
Oh, yeah.
So I actually do like that they're including him here. I have to say, the first time I heard that Watchmen was being integrated into the DC universe, all I wanted was Batman and Rorschach going at it.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I wanted. And we're not going to get it.
We're not?
No, I think they're just sticking with Dr. Manhattan. I think they're going, like, since he's ageless, this is far beyond the Watchmen universe, and he can cross universes and stuff. So I think they're just sticking with that, and they're playing a long game with him as well.
I don't know. I can almost see it being, like, because, like, DC, well, all of them, but DC in particular loves their multi-universes and heroes crossing over into each other's universes and this and that. So I could almost see it being like he's attempting to bring in his brand of heroes and to save this world or
merge the universes.
Because, I mean, where the Watchmen comics kind of left off, it was a very, very dark time.
Well, it was a dark time, but it was a rebuilding time.
Yeah.
That was the point of the ending, was that, the world is going through its darkest hour. It's been given this grave threat. Now it can rebuild and become one. Mm-hmm. No more wars fought over races and politics.
But it's like, how long can something like that last, though? You know what I mean? Like
10 minutes tops.
Exactly. Like 10, 15 minutes. So, I don't know. I feel like we will see more characters than just Dr. Manhattan because, I mean, it's just... They have so much they could do with it, it would feel like they're underselling it with just him.
By the way, let's pause for a second. Your mic is kind of fuzzing in and out.
Fuzzing in and out.
It's not happening often, but every now and then it does it for like 10, 15, 20 seconds.
10, 15, 20 seconds, okay. Well, that's why I have my backup mic, too.
Oh, okay, so you got mics going on?
Yeah. So even if it's fuzzy on there, that's why I have my second recording.
Very cool. Never mind then. Ignore the fuck out of me.
Hey, carry on.
So yeah, I mean, I think we could eventually see, I mean, it'd be interesting to see like a Night Owl Batman team up. Mm-hmm. It'd be interesting to see some of the other characters like, Wonder Woman and Silk Spectre interacting and stuff like that. I mean, it'd be interesting. I don't know if that's exactly where they're wanting to take the universe, but
it is definitely a possibility, yeah. I mean, so far it's just been that first issue with the Watchmen button coming through.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another tip to it in the Flash Rebirth when Barry started having his visions and he pulled Wally West out of the Speed Force. And now Flash has his own new speedster villain, but he ran back to the Batcave where he saw Batman analyzing the Watchmen button, and now it's just like, it's kept between those two.
Yeah.
And so it's either going to be specifically in the Batman series or in the Flash series that they touch on it.
Yeah.
Until they share it with the rest.
Well, I have to say, overall, I've been thoroughly pleased with Rebirth.
Yeah.
It's a lot of comics to pick up. I've stopped picking up Superman because Superman. Especially not new Chinese Superman and Chinese Justice League. It seems really dumb.
Chinese Superman, Chinese Justice League, yeah. I don't know, like, I didn't mind so much the beginning of his story, the idea that he was somehow brought over from the universe prior to Flashpoint, what, Clark White or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of dug that he was trying to be like, oh, well, Superman's going to be just fine because this is what happened in my universe, and he's like, oh, no, this universe of Superman is actually, like, dead.
Yeah, deader than dead.
Deader than dead. It's like, no, we got a regen chamber. It's totally fine.
He's Uncle Ben dead. Nobody's Uncle Ben dead anymore.
Ben. Yeah.
Nobody.
No.
Gwen Stacy didn't stay dead.
No.
Even Uncle Ben didn't stay dead. If you read Spider-Verse, Uncle Ben was actually a Spider-Man.
Yep.
Like, no joke.
Peter Parker.
So that just proves that nobody stays Uncle Ben dead anymore.
No.
Nobody. I've been digging Aquaman.
Aquaman's good, yep.
I've been digging Wonder Woman.
Press just released, or not press just released, but they just released now that she's identifying herself as bisexual, which is supposed to be a big deal, but I don't really care.
It's not surprising. She comes from an island of women.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't know if they were going for, like, shock value or just to, like, get it as that, like, it changes nothing for me.
Absolutely nothing.
But it's supposed to be, like, I don't know, a shock campaign or a, hey, we need to get these other Raiders I don't know.
So, the guy that's been doing the artwork for the most recent Green Arrows, I think starting with issue 6, his name is Stephen Byrne.
Mm-hmm.
He's an awesome artist. He actually does a series on his Facebook page of the Trinity, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. And legit, Batman and Superman totally end up making out, and it is hilarious and epic. And it actually looks really freaking good.
Because of all the built-up sexual tension.
Right? Right. I mean, Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill, I saw it in Batman v Superman.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, their moms have the same name. Like, they're practically related.
Yeah. Which makes the making out sequence even better?
Yeah, it makes it worse. I don't know.
Yeah.
So what else has been good? Titans has been awesome. Like, the actual just Titans line.
I dig the Nightwing Rebirth just because it did a really good job of wrapping up the previous comics.
I'm just so glad they brought Nightwing back. I hated him as the agent of Spiral.
Yeah.
So bad.
But they wrapped everything up. So there was the whole Court of Owls series where Damian had the bomb implanted in his face. They wrapped that up.
Mm-hmm.
They had their special satellite which wiped everybody's memory of his true identity. Wrapped that up.
That was a terrible retcon, but yeah.
It was, but I mean, it did a thing.
It did do a thing.
And it's like, who are you now? And now he's Nightwing, and everybody's happy.
Detective Comics. Detective Comics has been awesome.
Yes.
Pretty much every Batman comic has just been legit good. Green Lanterns have been wishy-washy.
I haven't gotten into it. I read the first one, and it's just, I don't know. I'm not digging it.
Yeah. I mean, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps has been okay. Green Lanterns has been alright, but of anything green, Green Arrow has definitely taken the cake. Yeah. It looks good. It's been good writing.
Feels good.
Feels good.
Exceptional mouthfeel.
And DC's done to comics what Marvel has done to movies, which is blow the competition out of the water.
Yes.
Because the Marvel books not only are more expensive, but I just feel like they haven't been as good lately.
I haven't been picking them up.
Like some of the things they've been doing, I haven't been picking them up either, but, Captain America's a Nazi now, apparently.
Yeah.
Thor's hammer can turn itself into a woman.
Yep.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. I mean that really reached out to a lot of the young gals, which just seems to be the way they're trying to go is to get more.
Well, they already made Thor a woman, but now Thor's hammer is becoming Jane Foster, and Jane Foster is Thor. It's confusing.
And then Iron Man is now Iron Heart, just that little gal from MIT or whatever, that reverse engineered his suit.
I think her name's Riri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean that's getting a lot of positive buzz just from people wanting stronger female characters in the comics, which is fine.
Yeah.
But the storylines are just, they're not gripping me. They're not.
No.
I don't know.
I'm basically picking up Scotty Young variants because if you don't love Scotty Young's artwork, you're dead to me.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fair.
Just how it is.
Yeah, that's how it is.
I've been picking up Spider-Gwen still, just because I love me some Gwen Stacy and alternate Earth Spider-Mans.
Yep.
Kate's still picking up Captain Marvel, because Captain Marvel. Miss Marvel's still been pretty good, the actual Kamala Khan Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's like 4 books compared to the mountains of DC books I'm picking up right now.
Right.
So, DC wins.
DC wins. Rebirth is doing it. I mean, it's pulling us back in because it is those older things that we liked about the characters. Updated art, updated dialogue, updated storylines. I mean,
well, and it's bringing the character the difference is that Marvel is taking their characters in new and different directions, which isn't always a good thing. Whereas DC is bringing it back to the core of what makes the characters good. Like, they brought Nightwing back to the core. They brought Batman back to the core. They brought Green Arrow back to the core. Black Canary back to the core. Like, it's all of these good things about these characters that we loved that they moved away from in the New 52.
And then they're pairing it with new-ish storylines.
Hmm?
I mean, Flash going up against the Speedster, it's been done, but it's going to also show something new.
Well, the cool thing that I really like about what they're doing with the Flash is Barry is basically training
his
a
own
new
Speed Force.
exactly this team of speedsters, which I think is really cool.
Which is now being all killed off. Spoilers.
Spoiler alert. Everybody dies.
Everybody dies. And then Godspeed with the. So what I kind of found interesting about that is his unique thing is he's so fast that he can be at 2 places at the same time, and they said that Barry's never been that fast, but I feel like he's been fast before.
You know who else is that fast? Tom Cavanaugh's that fast.
Tom Cavanaugh is that fast. Yeah.
Fun.
It's been done.
It's so good though.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah. Another cool thing that's going on right now is DC's variant comics are super on point. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the different comic covers.
Yeah.
I usually, unless the variant is really good, pick up the original cover. But almost every single Rebirth cover I've picked up as variant because they're just that good.
That's what they get you.
Now, I'm not one of those people that picks up both covers because I'm not made of money.
Right.
Even though I might want to sometimes. The only original and variant of is I Hate Fairyland, which is actually a Scotty Young book. And the variant of it is Fuck Fairyland. So that's why I pick it up.
Yeah.
Because it's totally worth it.
I like it.
And sometimes I'll pick up, the Scotty variant with another variant. I'll do it if they're both really good, but usually not too often. No. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a good place to go for comics, DC Comics is the place to be. If you're married to a Marvel character, chances are Marvel is going to screw with it and break your heart at some point. But DC's going back to tried and true, and it's looking amazing.
Yeah, Marvel's going to break up with you via text message, use emoticons. It's going to be terrible.
They're going to use the little chocolate yogurt with the smiley face emoji.
Yeah.
I know it's not yogurt. I know it's not yogurt.
But it hurts.
It hurts.
Yeah.
It does hurt. It's shit.
Yeah,
not yogurt.
Yeah, and I think they're still killing it with the animated movies.
Oh, hell yeah.
Justice League Dark.
I was just about to say that Justice League Dark is coming out this fall.
With your boy?
Matt Ryan.
Yes.
Playing Constantine. So good.
As he
Jason O'Mara coming back as Batman, which, if you've been paying attention, he's also the new director in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Just saying. Batman is the director of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Excellent.
And we'll talk about that, too, because there's something on with the character when we talk about TV shows.
Excellent.
But yeah, no, I'm really excited. The joke was mostly good.
Minus the awkward sex scene under the gargoyle.
It did not need that.
Did not need to happen, but happened anyway.
It did, but
as the pervy gargoyle.
He wanted some of that action.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I mean, back on top of the gargoyle, but
But whatever.
Whatever.
And then that awkward, we need to talk, but we don't need to talk.
Yeah, that did not. No, please no. The best thing about that movie, though, Tara Strong voicing Batgirl, because everything Tara Strong does.
Yep.
Having Kevin Conroy coming back as Batman. Mark Hamill coming back as the Joker.
I mean, they brought back, and they kind of mix the art styles of the original Batman with some of like the newer, some of the newer shows that have come out. That style. I know a lot of people weren't like hip to the way it looked, but I kind of dug it.
Yeah, and they're also doing something else really cool coming up pretty soon. They're doing like a throwback animated movie. I don't know if you've heard about that.
Oh, the Adam West Batman.
Adam West come back, like the main characters or the main actors from
1960 show.
Really excited about that. I think it's gonna be really good.
West.
Knock it all you want, but I mean,
no, I'm ready.
It is the birth of something amazing.
Fun fact, the only reason why it didn't continue was because they accidentally destroyed the set between networks, so NBC was going to pick it up, but the part of the original contract was they had to have the original Batman set, and so when it was accidentally marked for destruction, they were like, nope, contract's done, we don't want to do it.
Accidental mark first.
Yeah.
That's an interesting fact, I didn't know that. It's pretty cool.
I get one once in a while.
You're a fountain of knowledge, sir.
Once in a fucking while.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Justice League Dark, though. These with some of the characters, but
which is like, fine. Like that.
Yeah. It happens in everything nowadays. We really can't knock it too hard. Minor liberties are fun. It's when they take big changes and fuck things up and make me very sad.
They're gonna have Dead Man. They're gonna have the Mansion.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have Zatanna Zara doing something.
Which is awesome. Yeah, and I'm so glad Matt Ryan's coming back to voice Constantine. I actually listened to an interview where he said that he was excited to come back for it because he wanted to be able to play Constantine, interacting with some of these other traditional Constantine characters outside of like that reality of the show where it's basically just Constantine. So that was really cool.
Such a good show.
Oh yeah, and speaking of which, tomorrow it releases on Blu-ray and DVD.
What?
Constantine.
Oh, Constantine? It hurts.
They released Constantine Season 1.
Oh, it hurts.
Yeah.
Because
so by the time you are hearing this, you can go to Best Buy or Amazon or probably other online retailers and pick up a copy
ripped out and displayed in front of you.
It hurts, but I still say it's worth it because Matt Ryan was born to play John Constantine. Yes. That man was born to wear the red tie and the trench coat. Hands down. I keep hoping someone picks it up. Like, I know it's like probably way too far gone at this point, but I want it so bad.
I mean, maybe, I don't know, with the new Flashpoint series on the TV shows, maybe they'll find a way to bring him back in for an episode?
Well, I keep hoping that they'll pick him up for a season of Legends of Tomorrow. I think that'd be sick.
That would be so good. So good.
But, yeah. Good times.
All right,
Marvel animated shows suck, by the way.
Yeah, no, they're not even real.
The only one that was worth watching is the Hulk versus. Mm-hmm. Hulk versus Wolverine and Hulk versus Thor. Those two are fantastic.
That was good.
Mostly because Deadpool is in Hulk versus Wolverine, and it's awesome.
And then there was one where it had the Punisher and Black Widow. Like, that was kind of a fun one because it wasn't so centered on like the major Avenger characters.
Yeah.
And you got to see the Punisher do more Punisher things and Black Widow do more Black Widow things. And then for no reason, there's Amadeus Cho.
Just random, like,
what up?
Yeah, but I do have to say, though, I'm really hoping that in Thor Ragnarok, they do pull some from the storyline of Hulk versus Thor.
Oh, they better.
Because I want to see them split Hulk and Bruce Banner. I want more Mark Ruffalo time. That's what I want.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, Mark Ruffalo just brought a completely different aspect on who's played the role so far, and he's brilliant.
Like,
absolutely plays Bruce Banner to a T.
Like, Edward Norton, I really did love him as the Hulk, but Mark Ruffalo, he grew on me. Really
Edward Norton's too cool for Bruce Banner. That was my biggest issue with him. The thing I liked about Mark Ruffalo, you see it early on in the Avengers when he's on the helicarrier, when they first go inside and he's walking around trying to figure out where to stand, and he's not looking up. He almost runs into somebody and kind of backs up a couple steps. Like, he's totally awkward, totally geeky. But once they start talking tech stuff, once they start talking, his expertise, he lights up.
His house.
So good. And the thing... Okay. The Avengers movies, to be honest, they weren't my favorite of the MCU movies, especially the second one. But the first one, the thing that always sticks with me, I get goosebumps every time, is when he gives that monologue about trying to kill himself.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's like, he put the gun in his mouth, and the other guy spit it out.
Yeah.
Goosebumps
Yep.
every time. So good. But this is a good segue for us. We're talking about movies. We didn't get to do our big review of Suicide Squad. I like this better than Batman v Superman.
You know, I did too. Just because it wasn't trying to be like something that it wasn't. It just got right into it.
It was fun.
Yes.
It wasn't boring. It wasn't bogged down. It had its issues. Mm-hmm. It had very evident flaws.
Yes.
And I think it was trying to tell too grand of a story for the team they put together. Mm-hmm. But it was good.
Yeah. But because I also appreciate they didn't spend an entire half of the movie intricately going each and every backstory. It was just like, here are the characters! Bam! Okay, got it. We found this guy here, we found this gal here. I think the only one they spent a lot of time on was Harley and Joker, because Harley and Joker reasons.
Which blows my mind, since Jared Leto was in the movie for like 7 minutes.
Yeah. All that hype, all that hate, all that whatever, and yeah.
Well, apparently they filmed enough footage to do like a whole R-rated Joker movie, so that's a thing.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I would have paid to see it. Yeah. It probably would have been better. Yeah. Just saying.
Because then Jared Leto had blamed them for him not doing a good job with the character.
Yep.
And that was fun.
So, things I loved about the movie.
Yes.
Will Smith.
Always.
Really good as Deadshot.
Yeah.
And I figured out why. It's because Will Smith was playing Will Smith.
Yeah. Which I think we talked about, you and I, like, we were worried about Will Smith because Will Smith reasons.
Well, not only that, but all the promos they showed him in his, like, a pimp shot outfit. Mm-hmm. He had on the trench coat and the, like, stupid hat. They showed a lot of those
scenes. That hat was fly, sir. That hat.
Okay, but it made me want to call him Pimp Shot all the time.
Yeah.
So no, he was awesome. Viola Davis was excellent. Excellent as Amanda Waller. Like, you hated that woman throughout the entire movie.
Yes.
And she straight up, when they rescued her and she just mowed everyone down, I was just like, holy shit.
So Amanda Waller.
It really is.
Like if Amanda Waller's even more badass than before.
Right? The sad thing is she was more badass than, like, half the team, which didn't... I mean, I know they wanted to make her, like, more evil. I got that impression from the movie. But, I don't know. I didn't like the way that they kind of gave the Suicide Squad this whole, we're bad guys, because that's just the lot they gave us, but we're trying to be good kind of a vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense, but, yeah. Diablo, the one character that actually got fleshed out story, was pretty cool.
Yeah, I dug his story. Like, I hated the graphics with his character.
Yeah,
you would think, I don't know. Like, I felt like they could have done that so much better, and it would have added like a better element to his story. But
agreed. I also so just going through the other members here. I didn't like how they used Captain Boomerang.
Yeah.
I hated how they tried to play off of the Deadpool humor with the whole him and the pink unicorn making him a brony, all that kind of stuff. And plus, he didn't really do anything in the movie.
He was the plucky comic relief.
Yeah. And I love how, like, when they introduced, like, Slipknot and Katana, they were just like, oh, this guy can climb anything. This girl has my back.
Yeah.
Like, that was it. Like, they didn't actually get, like, full fleshed out backstories like the other characters did, which kind of bummed me out.
Yeah, at the very least, I was hoping for more of Katana's, just because she could have been set apart so much better from the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's here because I've worked with her in the past. Here's her backstory. Not a villain, per se.
Exactly. I did like how they kept true to her comic story origin, though, with the sword, and her husband's soul was in the sword and everything. So that was pretty cool. I wish for Killer Croc they would have done a full CGI instead of a practical effect. Mostly, when I think about it, I think about Flash Season 2 and King Shark.
Oh, yeah.
And how badass that looked. Now imagine that, but Killer Croc.
That'd have been good.
They've got the budget for it.
I don't know. With as shitty as some of their CGI quality was in that movie, I feel like it could have gone so far the other way.
Oh, that's very true. That's very, very true. And then I don't think Enchantress was in the movie at all. Especially since the unnamed brother that she had, quote-unquote, in the credits was listed as Incubus. So it makes me think she was actually Succubus the whole time, masquerading as Enchantress.
Right.
So I think we'll actually see June Moon come back at some point with actual Enchantress.
Right.
But on that note, I don't think either of those three villains, or characters per se, are on the same level as the Suicide Squad that they selected.
Well, I agree. Yeah.
Like, the whole introduction to Justice League Dark was because the Justice League could not take on Enchantress. So let me say it one more time. The Justice League, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Cyborg, could not take on Enchantress by themselves.
Right. Which they do a really good job in that universe, that world, of being like, all right, magic's this element that none of us have a handle on.
It's the only thing that can hurt Superman, besides Kryptonite.
Yeah. And then even have it so it can tear apart the, Green Lantern, and Batman's just a guy in a batsuit. Smiles.
I still have to say, on a side tangent, that's one of my favorite, dialogue interactions.
You're not just some guy in a batsuit, are you?
Right there.
Maliciously smiles.
Yep. So good. Justice League War, such a great movie. But yeah, I mean, overall, I thought Suicide Squad was fun. It's one of those movies that I watched and went, I could see this again. Mm-hmm. Which, when I went and saw Batman v Superman, I was like, I don't ever want to see this again.
Yeah, and I want to, because when it first came out and everybody was going to go see it, and Facebook was divided into two. I hated it. I enjoyed it. It was literally, if you're going to go to the movies to have a good time, watch Suicide Squad. If you're going to the movies because you want real in-depth backstories and true to the character and all that, this and that, you're going to hate it.
Watch anything else.
Yeah, watch Assault on Arkham.
I felt like the only two characters they really fleshed out, and they did have some missteps here, was Harley and Joker.
Yeah.
So Margot Robbie as Harley looked great. Mm-hmm. And she had the humor level down with Harley, and the crazy level.
And the crazy level, yeah.
I hated that she didn't understand how to do the accents.
Oh, yeah.
Because it felt like partway through some of her lines, she would remember that she was supposed to be doing an accent. So it would be regular accents ending with the actual Harley accent.
Right. Which I appreciate that they attempted to do the Harley accent, because it was a nice throwback to the original Harley, even when they were going through her different suits and she dons the original Harley outfit and they're dancing, and I was like, that's kind of fun.
Yeah. I like when she kind of pulls it out too, and she's like, yeah, and just kind of tosses it to the side and keeps going. I wish she would have had her hammer instead of the baseball bat.
The baseball bat, yeah.
Because the hammer's iconic.
Iconic, but I feel like it would have been too cartoony for
Probably.
the world. A hammer that big trying to swing it around.
I liked her gun. I did like the gun. Yeah. And I thought the outfit was fine. A lot of people criticized it early on, but I mean, it's pretty much ripped straight out of the new 52 Roller Girl Harley setup.
Yeah.
So it didn't bother me at all.
Yeah, I think it was more about because nobody's seen what she was going to do as a character. They're like, oh, well, they're just going to over-sexualize her, and that's how she's going to be in the story. And it was like, well, I mean, they're adding that sexualized element, yes, but whether or not the actress was actually going to do a good job portraying it, that was still yet to be seen at that time. And I thought she did good. I mean, I thought she played a good Harley.
Yeah, I thought she did fine. I still would have rather had Tara Strong hired into that role, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, she looks like Harley.
Yeah, she still has, she is
Harley.
Look, yeah.
Oh, dude, she dressed as Harley for a Comic-Con, and nobody knew who she was. Because she just looked that much like Harley, they just assumed she was a Harley cosplayer, which is pretty freaking awesome. So the thing I absolutely hated about this movie, is the way they romanticized the relationship between Joker and Harley.
I want a relationship like Joker and Harley.
Oh, you want an abusive relationship where you feel like you have Stockholm syndrome?
What?
That's cute.
No, that's not real. That can't be what it is. She's a strong woman. He loves her.
She is a strong woman,
She is
and that's the
strong.
whole thing.
Yeah.
She's a strong woman that the Joker breaks.
Yeah.
Makes her feel like she is in love with him, that he 1,000% does not reciprocate. The only person the Joker could ever love, and it's not in the way everyone's thinking, is Batman.
Yes.
His life revolves around Batman. If it was between Batman and Harley, he would throw her down the well in an instant.
Well, remember that episode in the animated series where Harley actually captures Batman, according to Joker's plan, and he smacks her aside because Joker didn't do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really wish they would have gone further with it. Not because... And I talked with some of my friends about this, and they were like, yeah, but watching that would have made me feel uncomfortable. It's like, it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And it's very important to her role, like, as her own character, to realize that she needs to break from those bonds, that she's worth more. And I was really hoping they would push it in this movie, because now they're doing a solo Harley movie, and they could really do well with capitalizing on a Gotham City Sirens storyline with Poison Ivy and Catwoman, and then helping her break free of the Joker. So I really wish they would have followed through with that a little bit more.
I feel like it probably wouldn't have worked so well in this movie because this movie was just set up to be a fun action movie, and though that dynamic should have been there, it would have taken away too much from the overarching movie. Like,
they could have just done it in the backstory. But the thing that killed me was at the end when he goes to rescue her. Joker would have never rescued Harley.
no, not gone through all that trouble and
No. He doesn't give a shit about her. If it did not help him in some way, shape, or form get closer to taking on the Batman... Like, so here's the thing. So Batman's chasing him in the car, right?
Right.
Car goes in the water. Joker leaves Harley behind.
Yeah.
That is quintessential
Classic.
Joker.
Yeah.
Him coming back for her, 0 cents.
not unless, like you said, it somehow got him closer to the Batman.
Yeah.
And then what they say that there was a deleted scene or deleted part of the movie where it shows like an earlier Batman-Joker engagement with like Batman beating the shit out of Joker to the point to where he lost his teeth.
Yeah, that's why he's got the grills and everything.
I would have liked to have seen that because it would have helped explain the terrible, terrible grill.
Yeah.
And
I think we might get that in the Batman solo movie, which supposedly is coming in 2018 now.
Good.
They just released the title of the movie today. There's this whole big hubbub. They've released the name. It's literally called The Batman.
Yay!
Like, they're making such a huge deal out of it, and they're just calling it The Batman.
It's the Batman!
No, I'm actually pretty excited about it, to be honest.
I
mean,
need it.
I'm really looking forward to where the DC universe moves from here, since they've named Jeff Johns as, basically the Kevin Feige of the DC universe. And, Margot Robbie is producing on Harley Quinn, so she's going to have a lot more say in the characterization, which I feel is good as an actor, or actress in this instance, to have a little bit of say in the character, as Ryan Reynolds did in Deadpool.
Right.
Ben Affleck is producing the Batman. Once again, a guy who knows the character, who did a great job in Batman v Superman with what he was given. Who owned it, yeah. Like, honestly, even him in the little last teaser clip from Suicide Squad, where him and Amanda Waller were just kind of playing those word games, like, you work late hours, Mr. Wayne. Me and my friends will shut you down. Like, he's so good.
Yeah.
I was so worried about Ben Affleck, but he's literally the best part about this universe right now.
He is best part both Bruce Wayne and Batman, which has been something we've been seeing.
Agree to agree.
Yes.
Like, his scenes with Jeremy Irons and Batman v Superman was some of the best scenes in the entire movie.
Oh, yeah.
Just them talking was so good. And it was so refreshing to see kind of like that relationship like we see with Alfred and Bruce in Gotham, where he's like Alfred is training him. Alfred is like a mentor. He's a warrior. And you can kind of see that in Jeremy Irons, where they've gotten past the point of servant and master, and they're friends that work together, that have this lifelong friendship, and it's beautiful.
Single tear, just.
I'm excited for the DC universe, though. Wonder Woman's coming up next, and it looks awesome from the trailers.
Looks on point.
Justice League, which I was worried about after seeing Batman v Superman looks really good.
They released some clips of Batman in the dark suit.
Mm-hmm, the tactical suit, which is hilarious because Facebook was blowing up about it. Oh my god, it looks like Night Owl. It's like Night Owl was modeled after Batman. So Batman looks like Batman, and Night Owl looks like Batman. It looks good. The tactical suit looks good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it looks legit. The favorite thing of mine from that trailer is that they made each character's portions of it look and feel like that character.
Yes.
Like, you see the Aquaman portions and it feels gritty and like seafaring. And I don't want to say I dislike the casting of Jason Momoa. I know why they did it. They want to make Aquaman look like a badass. That's fine. He needs to look like a badass. But he legit looks nothing like Arthur Curry.
No, 0%.
The exact opposite of Arthur Curry.
You can't call him Arthur. You call him Khal Drogo.
Right. That's basically what he's doing, is like taking Khal Drogo into the Aquaman character, which is fine. I mean, there's this big, stigma with Aquaman, which I don't understand. The dude's a badass. But, I mean, if you take that veil away of imagining him as Arthur Curry, he looks amazing. Yeah. Like, the scene of him, like, drinking from the bottle and smashing it down, and then the waves just kind of explode. It looks so good. And then the cyborg scenes look super techy.
Yep.
The Flash scenes are fun, and they're funny. The only thing I dislike is his powers, the way they work in this universe. I don't understand why lightning shoots off of him when he's moving fast and interacts with objects around him. Like, if you watch the scene when Bruce throws the Batarang at him...
It's like jumping off the walls and shit.
You can actually see it, like, doing damage to things in the room. And it just makes me wonder, so if the Flash uses his power in, like, running through a group of people, is he going to, like, shock everybody? Like, 10,000 volts at one time?
And I'm wondering if that's going to tie into, like, his suit, because his suit looks pretty legit and kind of have like a tech aspect to it. So I'm wondering if that's how he contains that, would be his power.
If you actually watch you should watch the trailer again, because there's a scene with him in his suit. It's closer to the end, and he's like up front, and then he kind of zips backwards. You still see the lightning coming off of him. And I mean, they hinted at that in Batman v Superman when they had that clip of him in the,
it just kind of blows out the
convenience store, blows out all the electricity and everything, and I'm like, I understand they want to make it look different, but it just doesn't make sense to his powers.
Well, I hope they actually like take time to explain it. Like, I would like some movie science behind it. Like, give me something.
Yeah, the biggest problem is they only have like 2 or 3 hours to do that, whereas like the Flash TV show has like 23 hours to do that.
The Flash TV show. It's coming. It's coming.
If I ever go to a convention and Grant Gustin is there, I will stand in line for hours and ask him for a hug.
Yes.
Okay. I don't want anything signed. I just want to hug that man.
I just want a hug.
And then I will whisper gently in his ear, "You'll always be my Barry Allen."
Always be my Barry.
Then I'll lock eyes with him when we pull away from that embrace, and then I'll just walk away.
Yep.
Throw up the deuces and out.
And then he'll look at it, whomever, and be like, I need that man's number. I want to be best friends with that man.
It'll be the beard. The beard will get him.
The beard will get him, yep. Like, I felt a spark when he pulled away.
Must be the Speed Force.
Must be the Speed Force.
Yeah. I'm still waiting to see who they announce for Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm. Think they're going to go more Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart?
I'm actually hoping they go more Jon Stewart.
Yep.
Though the rumor is that it's supposed to be Green Lantern Corps, so I think there's actually supposed to be multiple from Earth Green Lanterns in the movie, is what it sounds like. Which could be pretty cool. I mean, especially if they focus, kind of like the Thor movies where they focus more on the cosmic side of it, instead of kind of the whole going back and forth and focusing too much on planet stuff. I think it could be really good.
That would be good.
They just have to get their CGI shit down, because that was one of the biggest issues with the first one.
Oh, that wasn't your favorite Green Lantern suit?
The floating Ryan Reynolds head on poorly animated body? No.
No, that wasn't doing it for you? Yeah.
If they can make Chris Evans' head look like that on that tiny poor little dude's body, like that 6-year-old body.
Yeah.
So they can make a Green Lantern movie that looks fucking good. That's all I have to say. That's it.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, my.
I'm excited, though. I mean, it's... Even with all the griping, even with all the issues I have, it's still a good time to be a geek.
Yeah, no.
DC's making decent movies, kind of. Marvel's making good movies.
Doctor Strange, it's coming. Excited.
Dude, Doctor Strange is going to be Inception meets an acid trip.
Yes.
I am stoked.
That's all I want.
And apparently it's going to tie into the Thor movies, because there was a screenshot, or a behind-the-scenes shot of Thor and Loki in human garb. So Loki was in like this black suit, Thor was in like this jean jacket, hoodie, and just regular street clothes. And they had a card, and on it was the address to the Sanctum Sanctorum. So I have a feeling either Doctor Strange is going to show up in Thor Ragnarok in some capacity, or Thor and Loki are going to come seeking the Doctor at the end.
Like in the post-credits that come to the mansion at the Nexus.
That's what I'm thinking.
But then that would suggest that like Thor and Loki have to team up for Ragnarok?
Well, if you think about it, it does make sense. If, the first part of the movie is Loki and Hel, and Hela being the main villain protagonist, but then Ragnarok happens,
right.
And you've got Fire Lord Surtur and all these fire demons and stuff to just like destroying Asgard. Loki doesn't want Asgard destroyed;
right.
He wants to rule it.
He's king of it now, yeah.
So,
and then if he's if he's the one that separates Bruce from Hulk, like in Hulk vs. Thor.
It actually wasn't Loki, I don't think. I'm pretty sure it was Hela that did that.
I'm trying to remember. Because I know that Loki had cast like a spell so he could take control of the Hulk body.
Mm-hmm.
And then Banner got...
We need to watch it.
I have to watch that, because, I'm trying to...
We should do a Bard sit down and watch it.
Yes, have a live viewing.
Dude, I'm down for it.
We could post it on Twitch. Like, it'll get taken down in the video on demand because you can't have copyright. But during the showing,
I think they can take you down mid-showing.
Can they?
I think so. Last thing we're going to talk about today, dude.
Yep.
Probably the most exciting thing we're going to talk about today. TV shows are back.
TV shows.
Hype to the hypest hype. TV shows are back. Gotham's back. Lucifer's back. Blind Spot's back. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is back. Blacklist is back. Starting tomorrow. So by the time you're hearing this, this is already happening. Flash Season 3.
Flash!
Arrow Season 5.
Arrow.
Supergirl Season 2 next week. Legends of Tomorrow Season 2 next week.
All on CW now, right?
Dude, CW, if they had a Friday show, they would be 5 days a week DC shit.
Yes.
If they would have picked up Constantine and kept it on Friday, 5 days a week.
That would have been the smart move.
That would have been the dream. No, I'm excited, actually. So, let's talk about stuff that's already been back. Gotham's been back for a couple weeks now.
Yes.
Gotham's in a weird place for me right now. I really liked it when it started. I liked that it was kind of a timepiece that was set outside of time. It felt like its own universe. You had the older cars and like lampposts and shit, but then you've got flip phones. So it kind of felt like it existed in like its own little time. You got to see Bruce kind of coming into his own, starting to become the detective, starting to train. You saw young Selena Kyle, you saw Enigma before he broke. You saw Penguin rising to power. So all this great stuff. And then Season 2 went kind of sideways. They just started like throwing every villain that they could at him.
Overload.
And it wasn't even at him, it was at Jim Gordon, which is bizarre. Like, you got Mr. Freeze getting thrown at him. You've got, Azrael getting thrown at him. You've got Hugo Strange. You've got Enigma finally breaking. All while Bruce is like, what, 12? 13? Tops?
Got Batman storylines without Batman again?
Exactly. It's like Arrow all over again. Batman storylines without Batman.
Oh, no. We cannot have another Arrow.
So now Season 3 is picking up. They're going to introduce the Mad Hatter in the next couple episodes. They say that we're going to be introduced to a Harley Quinn. And in interviews they've said we've probably already met her, which unfortunately makes me think that they're turning Barbara into Harley Quinn, which I hate with a vengeance. Hate. Jerome's probably going to end up being the Joker, which I'm okay with. He's not that much older than Bruce, I don't feel. Like, maybe 5 years at most, so I feel like that's fine. Poison Ivy's apparently going to be like 12, 13-year-old girl mentally, but physically a woman now, which is creepy.
Alright.
Which I feel like that kind of messes things up if you're going to keep like some sort of Gotham City Sirens continuity, unless they're also going to age up Selina Kyle.
Right.
But then all of a sudden you've got all older villains while Bruce is still 13.
Right.
So, all they really need to do is, freeze gun Alfred and shank poor little Bruce. And,
Yeah, that's done.
Yeah. Court of Owls, they're doing this season. They're doing everything.
I'm excited for Court of Owls, because that could be a thing that is ongoing.
Yeah, absolutely.
With no problem, but... Yeah.
I just feel like they're throwing too much at once and not focusing on the main story. And now Jim Gordon's a bounty hunter. They had Killer Croc before he becomes too crockish. Show up, and there's some doppelganger Bruce going on, running around. He's literally same actor, longer hair. Yeah, it's weird.
It feels like they're trying to get, I don't know, they're just maybe trying to get more of the comic book fans involved by throwing more of the DC villains in there, but then it's going to just, like you said, screw with the whole universe of continuity. If these are Batman's villains, and these are the ones that he's supposed to be fighting at his prime, and he's 12.
Yeah. It's actually pulling me away from Gotham, unfortunately. I'm actually thinking so the CW's done something I think is really stupid. They've pulled all of their stuff from Hulu. 1,000% gone. So they're using their own app now, which you can get through a myriad of devices. Unfortunately, none of them is a PlayStation 3, which is what I use.
Right.
But you can get it through Xbox 360, which I have, but you have to be an Xbox Live member. Or you can get it through Roku or Amazon Fire, so you've got to buy something in order to get them, to be able to stream them afterward. So depending on how Gotham is, I may actually move to watching Supergirl. And I may also move to watching Blind Spot on Hulu and then catching Arrow on Wednesday, just to kind of stick it to them and be like, this isn't cool.
Right. You show them, Chris. You show.
I don't want to give them the ratings, but at the same time, I don't want to be like, yeah, this app is awesome. We're all going to use this app.
Yeah, we're all going to do it, yeah.
I hate it. Lucifer. Are you caught up on Lucifer?
Still haven't watched Lucifer.
Dude, you need to watch Lucifer. If you're a fan of the comic, you probably won't be a huge fan of the show. But if you're okay with the idea of the character mixed in within a different setting, but kind of in more of a crime drama as well, it's really good. And Tom Ellis, who plays Lucifer, is fantastic. Total British accent, total, sex pot. It's ridiculous.
Excellent.
And, early on, even in episode 2 of season 1, the episode starts out with him waking up in bed with a chicken dude. And then, one of the next comments in the same scene is just, I guess that's why they call it the Devil's Three-Way. And then just continued on, just they just slapped America in the face with the fact that he's bisexual and just ran with it.
Going. Yeah.
It's so good. But no, it's a really good show. I like it a lot. It became one of my favorites, up there with The Flash as far as favorite shows of this season.
It's on my to watch list. It's on my
highly recommended.
Because I needed to get caught up on Supergirl, especially if they're going to CW and we're going to see her more on maybe Legends, maybe Flash, maybe Arrow.
Well, so this is what's going on. So with the CW shows, they're all still going to be relatively self-contained for the most part. Flashpoint is not going to last very long, from what they've said. Probably will wrap up around or before season 5 or episode 5, so not very long at all. It will have lasting effects, but mostly on the Flash. there will be maybe like 1 or 2 minor changes to the other shows that stick around, but it's going to be fairly self-contained. In December, around episode 8, they're doing a 4-night crossover. Starting with Supergirl, moving into The Flash, climaxing on Arrow, and I know how that sounds. I know how it sounds.
I mean,
it's also, that episode is Arrow's 100th episode. So it's going to be huge. Huge.
I just don't know if I could be hurt by Arrow again. I don't.
We'll talk about Arrow in a second. I think Arrow may win us back this season. I'm hoping. And then the show's 4-night crossover will end on Legends of Tomorrow. So in December, everyone's going to want to tune into this because it's going to be legit awesome. So we're going to have Supergirl. It's going to introduce the MacGuffin of whatever the 4-night crossover is, which they did release what it is. I would have to look it up to remember exactly what it is, but I'll do that while we're talking. So on The Flash, I'm assuming what's going to happen is either she is going to find a way to come to this to the Earth 1 universe, or Flash is going to need to somehow get her to the Earth 1 universe via the Speed Force, and that's how she gets brought in. Then on Arrow is when it's going to basically blow up. And it's crazy because they announced a whole bunch of guest stars coming back for that show. So Robert Queen is coming back.
Alright.
The mom is coming back. I think her name's Moira Queen. Yeah. I think that's right. She's coming back. Deathstroke is coming back.
This is going to be a big episode.
Pretty sure Katie Cassidy is back for that episode.
Ah, blessed.
So it's going to be huge. There's also more people that they're teasing that they haven't said. So the Dominators are going to be the villains of the 4-night crossover.
Okay.
So it's going to be huge. Like a big, huge thing. So because it's going to be this big group of aliens that are coming in.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see how the CW shows tackle aliens.
They'll have one of their own.
Exactly. And I'm not sure how big of a role Martian Manhunter is going to play in the overall crossover. I assume he'll be big in Supergirl's portion of it. Which he was one of the best things about Season 1 of Supergirl. Let's not lie.
No, he was magnificent.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for that. The most recent trailer of Arrow, I don't know if you've seen it yet. It shows Oliver kind of going back to his dark ways.
Right.
Putting killing back on the table. Embracing the darkness. He's going to be training some new recruits. He's going to be training Wild Dog. He's going to be training Artemis. He's going to be training Mr. Terrific. And he's going to be training Ragman. And the major villain of the first part of the series is going to be Prometheus.
Ooh, alright. That'll be good.
Yeah. Katie Cassidy has signed a contract along with John Barrowman and Wentworth Miller, so Malcolm Merlyn and Captain Cold, respectively, to play series regulars across all 4 shows. So we'll probably see Katie Cassidy pop up in Legends of Tomorrow as a past version of Laurel.
Right.
We will probably see alternate Earth versions of Katie Cassidy on The Flash.
I'm hoping.
As well as possibly on Supergirl. So we may see Black Siren come back on Flash. Supergirl's version of Katie Cassidy, or Laurel Lance. And then, of course, John Barrowman and Wentworth Miller are both part of the Legion of Doom.
Yep.
Because we're going to have Reverse Flash. Sorry. So Reverse Flash, Malcolm Merlyn, Captain Cold, and 1940s Damien Dark.
And what about Grodd? Wouldn't Grodd slide in there somewhere?
Grodd is going to have, I think, a 2-part crossover on The Flash.
Okay.
Or no, not a crossover, but a 2-part episode on The Flash. So, there's going to be some cool stuff happening on that, too. San Diego. That's what Kate said.
That's hot.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider tomorrow night.
Ghost Rider tomorrow night.
I get caught up.
Dude, you need to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So they moved Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to a later time. It comes on at 10/9 Central now. And with it comes a darker tone.
Yes.
Which is legit. And I'm going to drop some spoilers here because everyone else but you is caught up and I don't care if you're spoiled or not.
Fuck you. But it's Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider, right?
Yes, it's Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider.
So Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider, the vengeful spirit of a serial killer.
Yes, he looks awesome. He has some really cool interactions with Daisy early on in the first couple episodes that are just epic. So Jason O'Mara is the new director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Coulson apparently appointed him. And he's playing it. They said there was going to be a throwback character to the comics, but they wouldn't say who his name was. In the second episode, they dropped his name as Jeffrey. So rumor has it he's Jeffrey Mace, the Patriot, who ends up becoming Captain, in the comics became Captain America. He's like the third Captain America. He even name drops Steve Rogers at one point. But he's an Inhuman. And he's basically got, it's almost like Luke Cage powers. Like, he's super strong and, impenetrable, basically. Like, May takes a pipe and, hits him with it in a rage, and it, doesn't even affect him. And then he catches it just, barehanded and, grabs her by the neck and, slams her against the wall. Totally calm demeanor.
Yep.
And, yeah,
Zero fucks given.
Yeah. But he's awesome. I think he's going to be a real cool character down the line. Plus, it's Batman, so,
Yeah. How can you be mad at Batman?
How can you be mad at Batman? Jason O'Mara voiced Batman.
Oh, gotcha.
And, all the DC animated stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So the last thing we need to talk about.
Yes.
So we talked about the CW shows.
Talk about CW.
Talked about Gotham.
Gotham.
Talked about Lucifer.
Lucifer.
Luke Cage dropped.
I was excited about that drop.
It was... I've not finished it yet. Let's put it that way. I'm 3 episodes in. I know I'm a terrible geek.
Hey, we are too. It's fucking fine.
But it's beautiful.
My concern with the show, which has been the concern that I've had with all of them, is that they were all going to mirror Daredevil, and they've all been their own show. That's made me so happy.
Even season 2 of Daredevil felt like its own show.
Yeah.
With the way they introduced the Punisher and what they did with that. It had that Daredevil vibe, but it felt like a different show, which was awesome.
Yes.
But no, they've done a great job. Daredevil felt gritty and raw and brutal, but, his fighting style is very boxer. He's got style to his fighting.
Yes.
And then you've got Jessica Jones, who's got a little bit more finesse, and it's darker, and it's more mental, and even to a degree sexier, but in a dark way. And then you've got Luke Cage, and it's just brutal and raw, and you can tell that he's had no fighting training. He's just a brawler.
Yeah.
And all the fight scenes are just brilliantly done that way, because it's not like, the hallway scene in Daredevil where he, takes everyone out, and even though he's taking the hits and he's, a little bit more sluggish, he's got the style, he's got the moves.
Sweet ninja moves.
Luke just takes the beating because it doesn't affect him, and then he just knocks the fucker out. Just fist meets face, there's no style, there's no training, it's just, I'm gonna punch you and you're gonna knock the fuck out.
Yep. They keep referring to the incidents, and they brought in now, the alien metal, and...
Yeah. They name dropped Hammer Industries.
Yep, Hammer. Justin
From
Hammer's
Iron
shit
Man
is
2.
everywhere, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have to say, I love the scene where they, punched him right in the face, and the hand just
shattered. Yeah.
Oh, so good. Yeah, and I love the actress they've got playing Misty Knight. She's awesome.
She's good. And then they brought that one gal that's been consistent between all 3 shows, that nurse.
Claire.
Yeah, they brought her in, and I like that they've kept a consistent character between all of them.
Mm-hmm.
To tie them all together, but she's also in her own path of self-discovery now.
And even though they're not calling her Night Nurse, she's basically Night Nurse.
So that's episode 3 then, when she's you saw where she's sitting in the diner with her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically where they're leading her towards, is because that's what she sits down. She goes, this is what I want to do with my life. This is where I see my path go, and I want to help people with abilities.
Yeah.
And so they're taking her on that path.
Well, which is funny because the rumor was that Rachel McAdams in Doctor Strange was going to be night nurse,
Right.
but in actuality, she's just going to be a nurse that works with Doctor Strange before his accident.
Yes.
So I actually like that they're going to let Rosario Dawson and her Claire character move forward with becoming night nurse,
Right.
as she's helping patch up the Defenders.
Yes.
And I'm really hype, like super hype, about Iron Fist.
Iron Fist, yes. I'm with the Doctor Strange coming and bringing in that mystic element. Like, I'm really excited how they're going to do magic in the TV show verse. But yeah, so where Doctor Strange actually has more of a command over the mystic arts and that aspect of it, yeah, Scarlet Witches has always been more probability and chaos control and affecting things in small ways, but also large ways at the same time, accidentally.
It's like it's tied to her emotions.
Yeah, because then she once completely changed the existing universe once.
Yeah, she did. She made it to where mutants were like the power, and Homo sapiens were not.
Yeah.
I think it was called the House of M storyline, and it was really well done. It's really good, but it's very alt-universe. She basically looks at someone and obliterates them. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But even going into back into the Thor movies, where you see Loki doing his magic, they're all very distinct styles of magic, which I think is really cool, really important that they're separated. That it's not just magic.
Magic.
Or they didn't go Lord of the Rings style where there was invisible magic.
Right. And so he's gonna have. He'll have enchanted fist essentially.
Yes.
But also, I think they're gonna add a probably just a straight physical element to it. So it's probably gonna be a lot of training, a lot of this and that, and then.
I imagine that's what a lot of the flashbacks is going to be, kind of like how they did with Daredevil, where there was a lot of the flashbacks. I feel like Iron Fist is going to be a lot of him training in, Kunlun, gaining the Iron Fist. Right. If they even show that, they just may allude to it. But
I don't think they're going to open up with him having, Mystic Fist through the wall. I think it'll be something that they play into, episodes 3 or 4.
I feel like they'll hint at it at the end of the first episode. And then going forward, because just like everything else, Daredevil was already doing his thing, Luke Cage is already doing his thing, Jessica Jones is already doing her thing. I don't imagine that they change that formula for Iron Fist. But I love how they've all felt distinctly different, and I feel like Iron Fist is going to be kind of a good blend between Western and Eastern, kind of a feel to the show.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, it'll be good. And then we get Defenders. Punisher season.
Yes, Punisher.
Uncalled Punisher. And we get Spider-Man soon, an actual Marvel-led Spider-Man.
It's gonna be good. There's gonna be good things happening in our world.
It is the golden age of geekdom, my friend.
It is. We knew this day would come. We hoped it would come.
I did not know it would come.
I believed.
I dreamed it could come.
There you go.
And dreams really do come true.
Ah, that's so good.
Little mouse reference there for you.
Yeah.
The mouse owns everything. Star Wars movies. We get more Star Wars movies, dude.
Star Wars movies.
I don't even... Pirates 5, they just dropped a teaser for that. And it looks so good. I need more Jack Sparrow in my life.
And Rogue One's coming.
Rogue One's coming right around the corner, too.
They're going to have Darth Vader in Rogue One, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed
Hell yeah! Yeah, and then they're supposedly doing a solo, prequel Han Solo movie. Which would be pretty good. I mean, Chewie's going to be a stuffed animal. It'll be an evil size Chewie. Just put him in your pocket. Carry him with him. Pet him. Stroke him. Love him.
Love it.
Alright. Well, if you've stuck with us this long, we appreciate it. We love you. I respect the hell out of you.
We love your lawnmower.
Love you lawnmower time.
Ah!
See what I did there? See what I did?
Yeah, you're so clever with your bullshit.
So clever. Well, my name is Chris.
My name's Dustin.
You've been listening to the Bard's Geekdom. Stay
See you
geeky,
next
my
time.
friend.